Hey guys, so tonight I wanted to jump on this little bandwagon. I always forget to look up who creates these tags, but I wanted to do the no brand makeup tag thing. Really don't know what to call it, but I feel like, I don't know, I'm always so focused on telling y'all exactly what I'm using and why I'm using it and why I like it and why this and why that. And I was thinking about doing this and I was like, well, what the hell am I supposed to talk about the entire time I'm doing my makeup if I can't talk about the makeup that I'm putting on? So God only knows what I will actually talk about tonight, but I'm excited to do it because I feel like everything is so just, how should I put this? I feel like everything kind of revolves around trying to sell stuff to somebody, and I think that goes along with bigger influencers, if I'm being honest. But just with anybody, when you're watching them use certain products all the time and those products always work out really nice for them, it kind of just makes you want to buy them. And when you don't know what someone's using, you don't know if I'm using drugstore, if I'm using high end, if I'm using kind of mid-tier level, you just have absolutely no idea. And I'm sure some of y'all will be able to guess some of the products that I'm using just because I am using stuff that I do use, semi-regularly. But if you see something and you think you know what it is, definitely let me know in the comments. I was also thinking I never just apply my concealer and stuff with my fingers, and maybe I should. Maybe I will like this. Who really knows, because I've never tried. I'm in a very weird mood today, just so you know. Just as a heads up. Very, very weird. I'm always weird, but me being a weird person is in a weird mood, which makes me even weirder. If you can't tell just by the beginning of this video. I also always forget to do this, but if you're new here and you enjoy what you're watching, don't forget to like and subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to say a bunch of other stuff, but I never say any of it, so I think that's probably more than enough for the first time. You know what I have really been wanting to ask y'all about? I have not filmed a video since Jeffree Star came out with his new, or revealed his new collection that is coming out. Is it next week? I don't know, whenever the hell it comes out. And I want to know what y'all think about it. I can pop a little picture of it in here, but I'm actually really upset because this is probably the one palette of his that I would use more than any of them that I've ever gotten. This is the one palette that actually is oh, I like that. And obviously I'm not gonna do it, but I was really, I was gonna say I feel like it's a planned kind of thing, but there's no way that he could come out with a palette so quickly after that controversy, that he knew that everyone would want to buy, if that makes any sense. I don't know if I'm making sense on that, but usually, his Alien palette, that was a very specific group of people that was going to use that, and I think he knows that about his palettes. But with this one, it's so versatile and it's very, I don't know, very everyday friendly, which is super duper duper weird for him. I feel it has every transition color you could ever need. It has I don't know, it has a bunch of really, really pretty looking colors. And I know I like his formula, but it's kind of and then the other thing is, when I think about it, as bad as this sounds, when I bought his stuff in the past, I kind of knew everything that I know now. With Shane Dawson, that's a different story. I didn't know basically anything bad about him before all of this stuff just kind of resurfaced. But with Jeffree Star, I knew that he used to be a racist asshole. That's not really big news to anybody. I knew that he wasn't the best person. I knew that he, that's kind of his brand. And I've never been a huge Jeffree Star stan. I definitely his humor is funny to me at sometimes, like, I don't even know the right way to say that because I don't want to sound like, you know, the things that he said that have been awful I've agreed with, because I promise you I have not. But, you know, I don't know, like, what is so different now about Jeffree Star than 6 months ago when we all bought, or when the cremated palette sold out in 2 seconds, or when his 420 collection came out? Like, we know the same stuff about him now that we did then. Is it just more like we're trying to stick our ground and not support shitty people? Because I'm all about that. And I mean, I said in my purchase or pass video, like, I want to support, like, I really want to get Laura Lee's brushes for a few reasons. But, you know, the first one being I really want to try them out. The second one being I feel like I've really seen like a big change in her since her kind of scandalous time, which really wasn't that big of a deal. I mean, it was a big deal, but it was a long time ago, and like I feel like she'd kind of gotten past that. But since she's gotten her niece and all this stuff, I don't know, I just feel like she's really shown so much growth, and I would much rather support someone like that. And at the same time, what am I trying to say here? I don't know. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I know my hair is going like super crazy up in a headband, and at the end of the day, I guess I just mean I would much rather put my money towards a brand that is, you know, run by someone who takes the criticism that they have gotten and really uses it to better themselves. And Jeffree Star hasn't really done that. So even though that palette is absolutely gorgeous and something I would definitely buy if it was from any other brand, and it's something I would probably use quite a bit, you know, realistically, I probably do have all of the colors that are in that palette. Not necessarily in his formula, but there's a good chance I have all of those in my collection somewhere, and I just don't feel like it's really worth supporting him at this point, I guess. But I do want to hear y'all's opinions, because if a bunch of y'all like want to see it, I don't know. I'm not gonna say I would buy it, but I don't know. And then of course, like the entire collection is more me than any other collection he's ever had. So I was like, of course, dude, you have to come out with something I actually want to get the second that I don't want to support this brand. Okay, I'm gonna throw some brow gel in, and I don't know how to do that without showing y'all what it is. So I'm just gonna do that real quick and stop rambling on about the same damn thing, and then I will be right back to throw on some eyeshadow. Okay, so every time I like go off camera before I started filming or just whatever, I've been watching the real life Invisible Man case, what happened to Cindy James, the mystery and makeup from Bailey Sarian. I don't know why I just got so tongue twisted while I was saying that. But oh my god, it's so freaking good. All of her videos like that are so freaking good. Like, I love them so much. I've been binging every single episode that I have not seen. And last night I was up entirely too late, not filming, not doing anything productive, but literally just watching her and like obsessing over the way that she does her eye makeup. I really want to try to recreate one of her looks. I feel like that would be so much fun and really hard, honestly, but I would really enjoy doing it. So, I don't know, I really just like am so obsessed with her and with Robert Welsh and the series that he does. And this might actually be the perfect time to tell y'all. Okay, so I think I'm actually going to send a story into Robert Welsh. I'm not sure how to explain it. I'm not sure how to explain it to y'all. Now, I'm super, like, I've never believed in ghosts. My family isn't like big believers. My parents have never really talked about it. Like, I know my grandfather doesn't believe in ghosts. Like, we're not, whatever. So never really thought much about it, and never intended to until I had my son. Now, we live in like a studio apartment of a townhouse in the basement. Well, this is where my grandmother, who I was extremely, extremely close with, passed away. Well, she passed away in the house, but in the basement is where she used to sew, and she like had her own sewing business. She would tailor stuff, or alter stuff, or whatever it's called. She had like sewing shows and made tons and tons of stuff. So it's where I spent a lot of my time with her. I would stay there, all summer while my mom was working, and we were just super close. End of story. So when she passed away, I was just like, I'm not the same. Like, I've never been the same after that. And I didn't tell anyone I knew, like, at school or anything. I just wanted everything at school to be normal. And it was just a weird time in my life. So once I had Parker and we moved down into the basement, once he was able to kind of like start talking and communicating, he would look outside of these double doors, and every night before we went to bed, he would wave and say night-night. And at first I was like, what in the world is he doing? Like, this crazy boy. Okay, that was like the first and second time. Then it started to be like a every single night kind of thing. And the older he's gotten, the more like just it has to be her kind of thing that it is. And this is like, I'm not explaining this well at all, which is why I need to figure out how to explain it before I even attempt sending in a video. But I just think it would be so cool to send one in. And earlier this week, he did it again. Like, it's an ongoing thing. It happens all the time. He will like bring me over to the doors. He'll hold my hand. He'll bring me over. He'll say, shh, night-night. Guys, it is so creepy. So creepy to me. But yeah, so I need to figure out a good way to actually like write that story so I can send it in, because that would be really neat. All right, time for something shimmery on my eye. I'm so obsessed with purple right now for some reason, and I'm really loving this. So I'm gonna jump off into the other eye, throw on some liner and mascara, because I'm really not sure how I could do that without showing y'all what I'm using. And then I will be right back to finish up my face. Okay, I'm back and my eyes are done, and I'm super obsessed with this like purple mermaid looking kind of glittery eye. So while I was doing my mascara, I was watching the Bailey series. And something came to my mind. She said something about if you're not believed, it will truly drive you crazy. And I believe that is so true. So usually I would never, ever in a million years talk about anything related to this subject. But I have a very small channel. I know only a few of y'all are going to make it to this point in the video. And I really want to know someone else's opinion. The other day, well, maybe I'll give you a little bit of a backstory first. So Parker's father and I are not together, but we were together for 5.5 years. We were together 5.5 years. We did not have the best relationship, but I can very confidently say the only person that I slept with for 5.5 years was his father. So the other day, well, actually, since Parker was born, he has questioned whether or not Parker is his. I think most of that comes from him looking just a lot like me, and he looks like him too, honestly, but he does look a lot like me. But it also comes just from him feeling guilty about things that he has done in the past and wanting to think that everyone must have done something like that. I cannot even believe that I'm talking about this right now on a video. But, so, for the past 2.5 years, I have been questioned about whether or not Parker is his child or not. And the entire time I've said, yes, he is yours. If you would like to get a paternity test, I will gladly bring Parker and meet you there so you can get it done. I think they're like $100, I want to say. I know who his dad is. I'm not going to volunteer to pay that money. If he's really that worried about it, he's not paying child support or anything like that. I cannot believe I'm telling y'all all this about my life, but we have not been to court. There's nothing. He's not doing anything for Parker in the sense of like money coming in. Like, he will give me money every now and then, but in the sense of like court ordered money. That is not what's going on. So, anyways, the other day he messaged me on Facebook and said, how would you feel about being on paternity court? Now, I did not even know what this was. And I was like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, what? And he was like, it's a show, haha, like, you get paid for it, haha. And I was like, I don't really find any haha in that, like, it's not funny to me, so I'm good. And he was like, well, you know, if you didn't have anything to hide, why wouldn't you want to go? Now, this is where my question comes in. I have absolutely nothing to hide. My issue is putting out even the idea that he thinks that I was so unfaithful that I had a child with someone else and did not tell him that it wasn't his. Anyone putting that out there about me, that makes me angry. That is what makes me not want to do that, because I know I'm right. Like, I have no doubt in my mind. I can't wait for him to get that damn paternity test. And I'm sure I will end up paying for it because I'm just that sick of hearing about it, to be completely honest. But have you ever seen anyone with any kind of class go on a show like that just to make some money? Not to mention, okay, so whatever. I was like, that's really kind of disgusting and low, and like using Parker, like, just, it's using him, like, that's disgusting. And he was like, well, the only person who would end up looking bad would be me. You are not about to take myself, my child, and yourself onto a show, try to make me look stupid, and then you be the one ending, like, you're the one that ends up looking like a dumbass. Like, who in their right mind thinks like that? And I'm not trying to say that he's in his right mind, so we're not even going to go there. But just, I want opinions. I want to know what y'all think. I truly do. I want to know if you think anyone with any kind of class would ever do that. Because I just don't. I really don't. And I cannot see myself ever putting my kid through that. Like, unless you're paying millions. No. Even then, like, putting Parker through that, and then him having that out there for the rest of his life, his parents being on TV fighting about whether or not his dad is his dad. That is fucking disgusting. I'm sorry. I know some of y'all watch with kids, and I'm very sorry. But I'm just not okay with that. Alright, I'm not sure if y'all could tell what that was or not, but I was trying to kind of make it so you couldn't. But I'm going to throw on a little bit of gloss and finish this look up. Alright, so this is the final look of stuff that y'all don't know what's on my face. And I honestly, like, if this goes up, that means I'm feeling ballsy that day, because this is not something I would typically speak about to anyone, much less a bunch of people that I don't actually know in real life. But y'all have been some amazing friends, and part of me feels like it's going to be more judgment towards him than me, so I'm kind of okay with that, because I'm so sick of being the one to just make him look good. So, never going to bash him, never going to talk crap to Parker. I don't want that to be what this is, but I just needed to get that out. So, this will probably be the least interesting video you will ever watch, but I hope you got some kind of enjoyment out of it, even if it's knowing that you are not crazy, and if you are, you're not alone, because I'm right there with you. So, I hope you are having a great day, night, evening, weekend, whatever it is, wherever you are, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!